So here is the replica of our exam software. I've already logged in, and this clearly will show you once you're logged into the screen that how many attempts you have, how many days of validity that you have. I have a separate video in regards to how to purchase it from our website and how to access it, and you can have a look at it on your own time. If you're using this on your phone, there is one thing you need to do, as you can see on the screen, that you go to your browser setting and turn it to on the desktop mode. And best to use Google Chrome for better results. So you click on attempt an examination, and we're going to do one mock test. Let's choose mock test number 11, continue. And as it says, if you're using a phone, then obviously you make it sideways landscape, and then it's for better result. And as I have said, you change the setting. So let's continue, begin. So 37 question, 42 minutes. In exam you have 45 minutes, we give you 42, so you are ready, prepared to answer them in time, and you have some time in hand to review your answers in the exam hall. So once a PHB has been licensed, to whom the vehicle license is given to? The driver, the register keeper, the PHB operator, the register keeper. In which circumstances a PHB might be given an exemption, which means that the license disc do not have to be displayed. In some exceptional circumstances, not extraordinary, not a PHB can never know, it can be exempt. To whom do you must make details of your insurance available to at all time? It is the police. When they ask you for your insurance details, no question asked, you just simply hand it over to them without asking any question at all. And then we go to the next one is airports are private property. What can you do about taxis? What can they do about taxis and PHBs? The airports make their own rules, bylaws. Bylaws doesn't mean law, it means rules and regulations. Sometimes you are not able to calm a situation. If that is the case, which one of the following you should not do? So it is asking you to select the incorrect answer. It's asking you to select the incorrect answer. Get to your vehicle when possible and try to take time to calm down. This is something you do. Do not consider using a lone worker device. Get away from that. This first and the last one is something you should do, and the middle one you should not be doing. So it's asking you to select the wrong answer, and this is something you select accordingly. Which one of the following is correct in regard to unacceptable behavior? You should never make comments or jokes about someone's age, race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, and gender identity. This is the correct answer. You should make comments. These are all incorrect options. If TfL does investigate a complaint that relates to you, what will happen with the result? TfL will tell you the result of that investigation. Whenever they investigate something in this country, they will tell you the results. Private hire drivers can stop to pick up or drop off passengers in many areas where there are rules in place to limit waiting or stopping. Which one of the following is not one of them? It is in most bus in places where loading is not allowed, shown by marking on the curve, on single or double, on zigzag lines. So all these three places you can pick up or drop a passenger, but on zigzag lines you cannot do it. So I forgot to tell you one thing. In your exam there is one thing, there will be an option for you to flag a question and then review. So flag a questions means that if you are struggling with a question, then you can click on flag it, and then if you then later on, once you completed your test, then you can click on review, then it will bring you back to those flagged questions, and then that you will be able to answer. Let's move on. Then which one of the following is correct in regard to entering bus lanes to pick up or drop off passenger? SP driver can stop, wait, pick up now. A PHB driver should never enter and leave the bus lane in the most indirect now. A PHB driver should enter and leave the bus lane in most direct and safe way. Meaning when you pick up and drop a passenger from bus lane, you just go into the point that is standing and pick them up and they come out from the same point. You don't wait there or prolong your waiting. Which vehicles need to pay the ULET charge unless exempt? So this is one of the questions that is from outside the handbook. You don't find this question in the handbook, but it does come in the exams. Cars, motorcycle, vans, specialist vehicle up to including 3.5 tons, and minibuses up to including 5 tons. So this is the answers. Okay, so this is the answer, that these are the vehicles that need to pay the congestion charges. Now, a PHB driver should drive at a speed within the speed limit, and one that is appropriate for what? The situation, environment, and the weather conditions. In regard to concentration, you need to focus on the road and be able to react quickly. Which one of the following you should not do? Again, it is asking you to select the incorrect answer. So get distracted. This is something you should not do. This is something you should not do. Get distracted by mobile phones, other electronic devices, music, or passengers. This is something you should not be doing. Which one of the following is correct in regard to driving and alcohol and drugs? The police test for drug and alcohol use at the roadside to catch those who break the law. The test for drug and alcohol use at the roadside to catch those who break the law. The police test for drug and alcohol is used at the roadside to catch those who breaks the law. Not TfL, it's the police, yeah, the police. So next, what should you do if the passenger is visually impaired and asks you to guide them to the vehicle? Stand by the person and take hold. You should not be holding them. Stand by the person's side and allow them to take hold of you. So remember that under no circumstance, unless it is an emergency, following instruction for emergency service, you should not be touching anyone. They should touch you. You allow them to touch, hold, or whatever it is. So you should not be doing that. In regard to assisting passengers, why should you always have a pen and paper with you? This one come in the exam, so that you can write things down for passenger who have a problem hearing or passenger who do not speak much English. Next is, what is the Sharia Council ruling in regard to passenger with assistant? This comes in the exam a lot these days. Yeah, the train assistant may accompany disabled people in PHV managed and driven by Muslims. So this is the answer. So this comes in the exam a lot these days. What should you do? You need to ensure in regard to your behavior with all passengers, including children and adults at risk? It is appropriate and professional at all time. Okay, with everyone. When gangs and organized crime groups use children and young adults to sell drugs, this is known as what? This is known as county lines, not country lines. Remember, this is question number 19, and we're going to select wrong answer, country line. Whether the answer should be county line, so I can show you how to review the answers as well. What ride sharing can potentially introduce some safety risk for your passengers. And then, in regard to ride sharing, a passenger may book a ride sharing journey by mistake. If you stop to collect a second passenger and the first passenger was not expecting you to, it may result into which one of the following? TfL, revoking a license, no, and understanding and argument. So it's a very small chapter, chapter 10, and many questions these days come from chapter 10 as it is reported by our students. So focus on that as well. So now we have moved on to 2 questions, and before we go into this section, a message will appear on the screen, should appear on the screen, that now you need to answer more than one. Select 2 answers for this question. For example, which are the following should you consider in order to provide safe service for your passengers and to protect you as a driver? Checking the passenger name and destination before they get in the vehicle. Being clear with the passenger about exactly where you are taking some. So these are the 2 answers. Remember, this is from chapter number 4. So it's a protecting as a driver. Some of the changes you need to tell TfL immediately about which one of the following are them. If you are not on the either, no, this not make it incorrect. If you have a private or hire or taxi driver license with another licensing authority and that authority has suspended or revoked your license or refused a new application you have made, if you are the subject of a mental health order or sexual offense. This is from chapter number 1. So these are the changes you must TfL immediately about. Now you are moved into comprehension. Again, you should see an message on the screen that will tell you that what type of question is there and then what answer you should keep. So now this type of question answer does come out from this paragraph on top. So it's really easy. My technique for this is I read them first, answer and match them, and something doesn't make sense, I don't even look at them. For example, it is important that you respond to TfL's request, as TfL can only make licensing decision based on the information received. It is important that you respond to TfL request. TfL can only make licensing decision based on the information received. So this line has changed a little bit, the meaning is same. So this is the correct answer and it's a match there. TfL will never write to you with the details of any complaints and ask for your comment. TfL receive complaints, become aware of any behavior that is not satisfactory. TfL may write to you, will never make it incorrect. If TfL receives a complaint about you or becomes aware of any behavior that is not satisfactory, they will not take any action. Now, they will take any action, they will investigate, they may investigate. So this is also an incorrect option. Now let's go move on to the next one. The driver must carry the given exemption notice at all times when the vehicle is being used as a PHB. In these cases, you will receive an exemption notice which you, the driver, must carry at all times when the vehicle is being used as a PHB. Again, it's paraphrased, it's changed, line has been changed, and then this is the correct answer. The exemption notice must keep at home. Must be kept at home should be the answer in some which is not the case because it needs to be carried. A copy of the exemption notice must be given to the PHB open. There is no mentioning of such thing on in the paragraph, so this is not a correct answer as well. If your operator has a license to operate from a late night venue, they can take booking outside the venue. No, operator has a license to operate from a late night venue. The operator can only take booking inside the venue. So this is the wrong answer. If you approach people on the pavement or outside a late night venue to offer them private hire services, you may be committing an offense. Let's see. Approach your pavement or outside late night venue, offer them private. If you do this, you may be committing. So this is the answer, may be committing an offense. You cannot accept a fare if the passenger has booked the journey through a licensed London operator. We don't even need to look at them because all journeys must be booked by a London PHB private hire operator. No type of sexual behavior between you and a passenger is ever acceptable unless both of you agree to it. No type of sexual behavior between you and a passenger acceptable even if both of you agree to it. So this makes this incorrect. TfL or the police will fully investigate all complaints and reports related to sexual behavior. TfL or the police will fully investigate all complaint reports and they will take appropriate action. So this is the correct answer. All types of sexual behavior between you and passenger is ever acceptable. So the first line is not correct. So now fill in the blanks. So we should have made some mistake. Anyway, no problem. We move on. We make some mistake on the fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Two things to remember. You have to put the correct words in the box, and also you have to put all the incorrect one in this box. Otherwise, you're not gonna any marks. So sort of people, yesterday somebody asked me as well, if there one fill in the blanks, two fill in the blanks is correct, are they going to go get full marks? Answer is no. You have to get all of them correct and you have to put all the unused work in this box, otherwise you don't get no points. When TfL introduced this SERU assessment, the fill in the blanks was like this, one word missing from each gap, which has now changed and I will explain in a bit. This handbook is a complete statement, not a statement, because this A make it singular, and this is the area of struggle for many of you. We don't know where to put S, where to put not put S, where to put ED, where to not put ED. We're making another separate video on this, explaining all these rules and regulation in a very simple way. So keep an eye for it. We should release it very soon. Now, of the laws and policies that London, again, is a noun, it's a capital, it has to be capital letter L. PHB drivers are subject to and should be used for general guidance only. Next, and this is what I am talking about now. Here you go. So you got now in the gap, you have got 2-3 words missing for each gap as well. So this has now changed for last few months. It's a good 6-7 months now this change has been made. All our mock tests and chapter questions does replicate that, as you can see. So beginning of the sentence, so obviously it have to be capital, either this one or that one of the two, because nothing else is with a capital letter. So you must be aged 21 or older when you apply. When you apply for your license, there is no upper age limit. There is no upper age limit. Next is, you will need to do an assessment based on the handbook information in the handbook. In the handbook, it's not a noun, so it's cannot be capital. Application purpose, so please read all of it carefully. So let's move on. To get a license, to get a license. So because of a is singular, now we're going to make one mistake on this one. We use the wrong word. Remember, it's 31. Okay, and to take, you will need to take a separate test to check your ability to select and plan a route. Look, it's a making it singular again. A route, route to read a map and identify location. As soon as you are licensed, it is important that you keep in contact with TfL and respond to any letters, emails, or other forms of communication. Because it's already plural here because of the word form, so you don't need to use communications anymore. So these words I'm going to leave here instead of putting that, so you see what happens and show you what happens. Now again, the beginning of the letter is missing, so either this or that. So once a PHB, or not a car, once a PHB has been licensed, the register keeper is given a vehicle license. The license disc will be fixed to the front and the rear. Again, it's not a noun, so it cannot be capital. Rear windscreens of the vehicle. The license disc contain is plural here, so the verb will be singular. So contain security features, which means that the disc will be permanently, disc will, because of this B, it will be with ed, damaged, if you try to remove them. Now PHB licenses, is plural, remember, yeah. PHB licenses lasts, not, it lasts for 1 year, not last for 1 year. If it was third person, if it says a PHB license, that would be lasts. The vehicle must have another licensing inspection, so another referring to one more, so one, not inspection, not plural, before a new license can be issued. So 2 more left. You must make details of the insurance available to the police when you are asked for them. You must also provide insurance details to a passenger or a member of public, or a, this is wrong spelling, member of the public, if the vehicle you are driving is involved in a collision. So next one, last one. PHB license disc must not be, again B, so we're looking for something with ing or ed. License must not be damaged, or changed. And also you can look at the sentence as well. Look, and after and or the same form of the tense will continue. So because it is changed, it is also damaged, same thing. And also beginning of the sentence must be with capital. You may not, you should not. No, it's not been given an option. You cannot remove the disc at all. So you should not remove the disc even if you are using the vehicle for private purposes. If there is a, the, each, every, something that indicates it would have been purpose. So we have completed the test now. So we can now click on the finish button, and we have done it like good 10-15 minutes. Sorry, 18 minutes. So let's finish and let's see what's the score. So it will clearly tell me my score, and also it will tell that I have passed, and what is the pass score as well. So we have made some mistake, as I said, purposely, and so let's review them. Go. Oh, sorry, this is something we completely skipped. We did not click on it. In regard to bookings, you are not allowed to pick up people on the street, station, airports, including the street outside your operator, unless they have done what, booked you through a license. I'm really sorry for that. We completely missed it. We didn't click on it. As you can see, like the previous ones, there is no click. So again, if you miss some of the questions, it's a good mistake that we have made, that you can see it will show the tick one, that, and it will indicate that you have not answered the question. Okay, let's go on, move on. I think it was question number 19, I believe, that we skipped, made a mistake purposely. County and here you go. So this is what we have answered, and this should have been the answer. So this is how you know, and it will tell here on the screen as well that this is how this is an incorrect answer. So let's move on, and rest is all correct, and then fill in the blanks. Oh, here you go. So fill in the blanks. We made to get a license. Here you go. To get a license, it should have been a license, but it is a to get a license, this is what the mistakes we have made. This is the mistakes we have made here. So you can see the correct answer on top. License, we have added an S. So because of that, it's all incorrect. We don't get no points here. And this one, we left all the unused words in the box. We did not take them, put them in this box. And also this is a mistake. So as I have said, there's no partial marking. You have to get everything correct to be able to get your full marks. So now you have all the information about SERU assessment that you required, that you needed. You have it. Now do get in touch if you need training or mock test purchase from our website. We have a very good pass rate, about 90% at the moment for everyone that is coming through training at our center. And also don't forget to like, share, comment on the video and subscribe to our